Hey, what's up? This is Spider Prime 1 back in with another Transformers video review. Alright, the next part of my Combiner Wars menasor videos is Breakdown. Now, Breakdown and Dead End were always my favorites out of the Stunticons, just because I loved their car modes and I loved their personalities. And these ones capture both their characters and their cool car modes. So first off, I just wanted to point out that the weapon storage, there is only the port here on top, and then two of the little slits in the arms for the sword. So if you don't want to have the hand-foot gun on top, you could plug in the sword gun, but if you wanted to have this on here, you would plug the sword either onto this side or this side. Or you could do what I did with drag strip and plug it out the back. That one I think looks dumb, and I do like having the blade over the front wheel. I always think that looks cool. So this is what Breakdown's hand-foot gun looks like. It's got just two rectangular blasters, and then it's got what looks like an engine on top. And then it's all purple, but the back half here is a different shade of purple than the front half. And you can see that even more so now that I've bent it apart. But yeah, it's two different shades of purple. Across the camera it almost looks like it's coming in blue, but it's really not. It's just another shade of purple. So that's what that looks like. So yeah, I love Lamborghinis. Lamborghinis are my favorite type of foreign sports car. I don't know what the 15 Racing refers to. I haven't seen anything crop up in anybody else's videos or on TF Wiki, but I do think it still looks cool. It helps break up the car mode. I do like the spoiler is a little more animated than just like a flat spoiler. It's got a V to it, like it is a racing Lamborghini instead of just a driving around one. I love the headlights. The headlights look really, really interesting. And then the red on the white. Oh, one thing I didn't say in Dragstrip's video that I'll say here. I got Dragstrip back with Wave 1 when they had the little collector cards. But when I picked up Breakdown, Off-Road, and Dead End, they came with the comic books. There was another Dragstrip there that had the comic book. But because money is tight and I only bought what I needed, I didn't pick up Dragstrip with the comic book, because I already have Dragstrip and I have him with the collector card. And I like the collector cards just as much as I like the comic books. It would be nice to have it, but it doesn't really matter that much to me. Just the fact that Transformers are coming with stuff now, I think that's just cool in and of itself. So, let's do... It's the easiest, and I'm going to do it even though I'll just be going back to it. This is Breakdown's official leg mode. Oop. That's the official leg mode. So, I'll be going back to this by the end of the video, but yeah, this is how the box art says that he's supposed to go, so he's supposed to be the leg, or one of the legs. So we will just fold that back down and put him into robot mode, starting with disconnecting this blue piece from the underside of the car, and then folding it back over. Let's see how... Oh, that's right. That doesn't go that far down. How the heck? Because that plugs in there. No, that's not right. Because this... As you can tell, I haven't transformed this one very many times. So let's just go on with the rest of it before I do that part. We have to disconnect, or we have to unpeg the legs from the arms. And then the legs do what they did from the old G1 toy, where they swing out and then come down. We'll split the legs. And then fold down the foot and fold down the spoiler. And then these are on a double hinge under the crotch. And for robot mode, you want to separate the legs, so he has a wider stance. And then for the arms, we want to fold these out and then fold these up, and then the blue pieces are supposed to plug in here. There we go. Fold this one up. And then there are two tabs on his chest that go into the plate. There we go. And then we turn his head around, and there is Breakdown. I love Breakdown. We'll give him his sword. Yes, there can also be a gun, but I see the way that they did them, all the aerial bots have blasters that were obviously blasters, and then the Stunicons had melee weapons that could double as long-ranged weapons, but I like to see these as like they all have melee weapons. So there's Breakdown with his sword. He has a very expressive neck joint. So it's on because it's on a ball joint. So he can wiggle it side to side, and he can look wherever he wants to. These are not staying as securely as they should. And then he's got a ball-jointed shoulder. He's got a ratcheted elbow along with a ball-jointed elbow for transformation. He's got his waist, ball-jointed hips, mushroom peg under the hip, bend at the knee, and then you can play around with the spoiler and the front toe piece because of transformation. And then for his arm mode, we're going to keep his feet and spoilers down. We're going to pull his waist back together and then plug it in. If it'll go. Give me a second. Okay, so they plug together, and then his feet have a secondary peg over the one for the foot peg. So those are like that. And then you fold his arms back up the way they were. And there's no real way that you're supposed to have the arms, like they're not supposed to bend around anything. So I just fold Breakdown back up, essentially into his vehicle mode. And then come on, you were just together. I am finding that the Stunticons are a lot harder to keep together than the aerial bots are. So this is what his hand mode would look like. And then because of the way that his hips are, it gives you a better side-to-side elbow. And then bend, you can either bend at the knees or bend at the hips, although that one doesn't take you very far, so you're going to have to bend at both. But yeah, so there's Breakdown in his arm mode. And then I will turn him back into his leg mode because that's what he's supposed to be according to the box art. Gotta plug. You have to plug the leg into the arm before you plug the legs together. That way it's a little easier to squeeze everything together. And there we go. So there is Breakdown ready for combination. Alright, I'm going to go put him off to the side and get ready for the next one. But until then, I'm Spider Prime 1, and I'm signing off.